It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are at the start of a brand new week, off and running in the midpoint, I'll get it right in a minute, of August, right here in the 15th. But I tell you what, we got our same great sponsors that we always have, John, including Sherwin-Williams House Paint, 315 Jefferson Street right here in Camden, 836-8125. Give Greg Bradshaw and his staff a call for all your house painting needs, inside or outside.
And we got ProMed Ambulance, a great sponsor of this wonderful program, 1-800-634-0436, serving Randolph, Lawrence, Ashley, Union, Dallas, and Calhoun County. Give them good folks a call. Tell them Uncle John and Kelly sent you.
And don't forget about the Prescott Raceway. You can check out their schedule at PrescottRaceway.net. You can give them a call on their new number, 870-904-5952. Check out the schedule. Head on out to 5121 Highway 53 East. Watch the races this coming Saturday. They're out there every weekend. Or maybe even stop by the Napa store in Magnolia and talk to Jackie Lewis personally, 234-2184.
And our good buddy JJ down at the Shopper's Guide, give the guy a call if you need some stationery, you need some business cards, any kind of printing whatsoever, because he hooked us up.
No doubt about it. And tell your friends, you can always catch us on our podcast. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, YouTube, or pretty much anywhere else that you can find a podcast. So what do you want to talk about on a Monday, John?
Well, you take I-40 east, everything on the other side of the dog track. When you cross the big river, you're in Memphis. And in Memphis, it's Elvis Week.
It is Elvis Week all week long.
And if it's going to be Elvis Week across the big river, we can have Elvis Week here in Camden.
Why not? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know Elvis is a big thing. He was a big part of your life growing up.
Elvis, I can't remember. I was trying to find out last night. I think he played in Camden 5 times. I'm not sure.
Okay. I
know at least 3. Skeet Davis, who's passed away a few years ago, who was a big thing of the sheriff's office and mounted patrol and the fire department here in Camden. Mr. Skeet Davis had a hat that belonged to Elvis.
Nice.
Elvis played here at the old municipal auditorium, there where the water department is now. Before it, when they called it Muni Hall, I believe. Before it burned down, Elvis played there several times in the 50s. And I think Mr. Skeet Davis got some touch and feel time with him and wanted the belt that he had.
Oh, wow.
Elvis said, I can't give you my belt, but I'll give you my hat.
There you go.
And I think Mr. Skeet used to keep it in a lockbox at the bank. I'm not sure.
I would have kept it protected myself.
I never got to see. I saw a picture of it. I never got to see it. But, I know he was awfully proud of that. And Mr. R.P. Burnham, who ran the station on the corner right there across from the municipal auditorium, is pretty famous for having changed a set of mirrors on Elvis's car one morning. After he performed here in Camden.
Yep, I remember.
Some of the fans, I don't believe they were tore off here in Camden, wherever he had played before he got here. But he played in Camden, and the next morning before he left town, he got Mr. Burnham to replace his mirrors, and that was of course, at the time, it wasn't no big deal because at that time, Elvis wasn't himself.
Right.
It was later on before he got to be himself.
But, I was going to say, too, a lot of folks were probably like, I don't believe Elvis ever came to Camden that much because Camden's not big enough to host a celebrity like that. But, again, like you said, this is a little before Elvis was just the big, international movie star, obviously musician, hit maker and all that. And let's don't forget, back in the 40s and 50s and everything, Camden was one of the top 5 biggest towns in all of Arkansas. We've shrank a little over the years, but it was a big deal for people to come to a place like Camden back in the day.
And there's a spot over on Highway 67 between Hope and Texarkana, right there close to the Fulton exit, where Elvis's first Cadillac burnt to the ground.
Oh, golly.
I keep thinking they'll put a monument there for it, some sort of a historical marker, but I know exactly where the spot is. I've had a couple of different people show me, and both of them showed me the same spot. But Elvis's first pink Cadillac, the one that he used, going from town to town back when he was, learning his trade.
Burned to the ground.
Caught on fire and burnt to the ground on the side of old Highway 67.
I'll be doggone. I mean, that's crazy enough right there. They better hurry up and put up a monument. Otherwise, we're going to have to remind everybody who Elvis was.
That's right. Elvis himself.
All right. That's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here for today. But we'll be right back here tomorrow talking a little bit more Elvis then. I guess we'll see you then, John.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.